Hey guys, so here is something that nobody tells you about trucking. Things go wrong at the worst times. So say hi, Lydia. Anyway, I gotta set this phone down. So we are in Pennsylvania right now, and we went to New York City a few days ago, and it was an absolute nightmare. Everything that could go wrong, it did go wrong, and we were just so excited to get out of there. And then whenever we finally did get out of there, we fueled up in New Jersey, like, as soon as we could. And then I was driving, and I got about 2 hours outside of New Jersey, in Pennsylvania, and I started hearing this, like, kind of squeaking and then, like, metallic sort of, like, tapping kind of thing going on in the engine. And it's just so weird because, like, it was perfectly fine. I stopped to take my break and I took the dogs out, and then I got back into the truck, and, like, within a couple minutes of getting back into the truck, I heard it, and I thought at first that I was just hearing things, and then I'm, like, listening real close, and sure enough, we went outside and it was just making so much noise. But we were like, well, our home time is literally a few days away. We just need to get home and then everything will be fine. We can put it in the shop there and get it fixed. So we ended up driving another hour or so to a fuel stop so that we could get some oil, just to put it in the engine, just to see if that would help, because the oil level was okay, but it was getting a little bit low. So we pulled into the fuel stop and I shut off the engine so that we could open up the hood and put the oil in, just for safety's sake. Normally we don't turn the engine off a whole lot because it's just so hot right now. And then it wouldn't turn back on. So we were stuck at the fuel pump, blocking the fuel island. And we sat there for like maybe 3 hours. They sent someone out to give us a jump, and the guy came out and then couldn't give us a jump because his generator wasn't working. And he basically just, like, looked around and, like, hit some things with a hammer, which was super helpful. And so then we had to call breakdown again and have them send out a tow truck. So sent the tow truck a couple hours after that, and meanwhile we're sitting there. It's about 90 degrees and the truck won't turn on, so it was hotter than hell. And, you know, the dogs are in the truck and we're all just trying to, like, stay cool, because, I mean, of course, him and I could go inside, but the dogs can't, so we wanted to stay out there with them and just make sure that they were okay. So we got the tow truck, and that was on a Wednesday night. It's currently Saturday, and they told us that they would not be able to look at the truck until Friday, so we knew we'd be here a couple days. We're supposed to be home Sunday night. So whenever we got to the hotel, you know, we just kind of chilled out. We called them the next day, and that was Thursday, and they said, oh, we did look at the truck, and it's the fuel pump. We just have to order the part, and then once we order the part, no big deal, we swap it out, and you're on your way by Saturday. And we're like, cool, that gives us just enough time to get home. Sorry if the camera's shaking a little bit. I have to hold it with my hand. But so that was Thursday. We called again yesterday just to make sure everything was still on track. And they're like, yeah, you know what? We actually got the part in a day early. So, you know, first thing Saturday morning, they're going to put it in there and you'll be ready to go. And we're like, awesome. So we called again this morning, a couple hours ago. And the guy's like, yeah, we have the part. We're going to pull your truck in and put it in. But the entire fuel system is shot. There's metal in the fuel tank. The squeaking that you're hearing is the fuel pump disintegrating into the fuel system. So that was amazing. And we've actually been through this one time before, and I'm pretty sure it's from contaminated fuel, because the place that we fueled up at in New Jersey was under construction. So I think that we got some bad fuel and it really messed things up. And the last time that we went through this, the repairs took like a week to a week and a half to complete. And I asked the guy, how long is it going to be? And he's like, we're looking at Wednesday at the very earliest. So I knew whenever he said that it was going to probably end up being Friday or Saturday, which is a week from now. And our home time is, tomorrow. And we had a lot of appointments scheduled. We have a lot of things that we have to get done. And so what we're doing now is Hubs went to pick up a rental truck actually, like not a U-Haul, but like a pickup, because that's the biggest capacity vehicle that they could give us. So we have to go to the dealership, clean out our brand new truck. It has 44,000 miles on it, and now it's basically useless until they completely rebuild the fuel system. So we're gonna go back home. We're gonna get home tonight. We're about 9 hours away or so. Just drive straight through, and then next week we're gonna get a new truck at our home terminal, and hopefully that one lasts longer, because it really sucks whenever stuff like this happens, because we have to pay out of pocket for the rental car. We have to hope that they will reimburse us, but the reality of it is that in trucking, nobody cares. Like, it doesn't matter that we have our home time scheduled. Nothing matters, like to them it's like, well, I'm sorry, that sucks for you, but we don't really care, and we have appointments that just could not be missed, so this is what has to be done. So that's another reason why you should not get into trucking if you're flat broke. I think we talked about this either on Destination Unknown or on my channel, I can't remember, but main rule of trucking, don't get into it if you're flat broke, because if something like this happens, you have to have the money to be able to get home, because the company isn't going to care if you get home or not. So there's that. So we are just waiting. These two guys and me, we're waiting. He's going to be here in a little bit. We got to go to Walmart to pick up a tarp, since a lot of our stuff is going to have to go in the bed of the pickup. And then we're going to go to the dealership, get all of our crap out of the truck, and drive home. All the way from we're like 30 miles from the West Virginia border, in Pennsylvania. So, Pennsylvania all the way to Chicago. So that should be fun. So here's our old truck. Just got everything loaded up into the rental, and we're gonna get on the way. Thankful to leave this dealership in Pennsylvania and just be back home.
There's the tape.
Okay. Because it took a lot of work to get everything in here, but luckily we got it in. And now we can get some food and head on our way. So we got a couple miles down the road from the dealership. We're starving to death. It was so freaking hot whenever we loaded up the truck. Thought we were gonna die. So now you can kind of see it. We're at Primanti Brothers in West Virginia to get some food. We saw this on, what was it? Man vs. Food, like several years ago. So we figured while we're nearby one, we might as well try it, since you never know when you're going to be coming back through a certain area. So that's what we're doing. All right, guys. So we tried the Primanti Brothers. Hey, pipe down. So I got a burger. It was a...
They got a burger too.
They got a burger too. It was a barbecue bacon cheddar burger. Honestly,
not the one she got. The one she got was the barbecue. They got just a plain hamburger patty.
Yes. So mine, honestly, nothing special. I feel like the burger from Steak and Shake that's like less than half the price is better than the one that I got at Primanti Brothers. I got plain fries with it also, and those were not good. And then we also got like a side of fries that had like chili, cheese, sour cream, jalapenos, and bacon on it. Those were pretty good, very flavorful.
Did you notice the fries were kind of green?
I didn't taste any that were green.
Mine were like little...
I hate that whenever you get a green fry, like especially if it's the last fry that you plan on eating and then you have to eat another one because it tasted green. So what did you get?
I ended up getting their Pittsburgh sandwich, which is like the hamburger patty. Then it's got coleslaw, some I think it's Swiss
Tomato.
cheese.
Yeah.
Swiss cheese, I think it is, or something like that, and then tomato, and then on a
And
sandwich
it has fries
bun.
on it.
Yeah, in a sandwich bun.
Yeah.
And it was all right. Not that I would never get it again.
Yeah. I feel like it was nothing special, nothing to write home about. And then the funny part was that we just stopped to fuel up. I ran inside to use the bathroom and get a drink, and he said that as soon as I got out of the truck, the doxy back here busted through the front and started eating his leftover sandwich half.
Mm-hmm. So here's our company terminal from Springfield, Ohio. A lot of trucks, huh? A lot of trucks. But yeah, so she started eating the hamburger sandwich because I had a half of a sandwich left, and she just started eating it. Luckily, I was able to get to her before she ate like all of it. So I ended up just putting her back in the back seat, and then I gave her and him the half of the hamburger patty and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they loved it. That's their meal for today. And then when we'll be home tonight, they will be doing their business. But
yeah. So what do you think about the events of this past few days?
It's part of trucking. This is something you guys, if you guys ever think about doing this, you have to be ready for this, because these trucks, thanks to these emissions laws that were passed many years ago, these trucks, the technology hasn't caught up to the laws.
Mm-hmm.
So these trucking companies, they buy these trucks with, that are better for the environment, but they break down a lot.
Yeah.
And so this is something what our 6, 8 time we've broken down. I don't know, maybe 10 times.
Yeah.
We've broken down, and we've actually had to clean out our entire truck, put it in a rental car, and drive to typically home, right?
Yeah.
It's been home. Yeah.
Yeah, usually home.
So one
this
time
has happened a few times.
Yeah, from South Carolina to Chicago to what was it? Albuquerque to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we've done this a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Or I don't even. We did it from. What was it? Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix.
Yeah, LA, and
yeah.
and then we've been broke down a bunch of times and stuck in the middle of nowhere,
Mm-hmm.
and that's never fun because we're in like a hotel the company puts us in, and like I said, middle of nowhere, so there's nothing to do. So you can be like, hey, I'll get a rental car.
Yeah.
Because the rental cars in it for a day are like $40, $30 or something like that. It's real cheap. And you're like, oh, I'll go do something. But guess what? The nearest place to do something could be like 50, 60 miles away or something like that. So
yeah,
that's something to think about. But
and something that I mentioned to them earlier was that this is a prime example, because we did that other video about things you should know before getting into trucking. And this is why you shouldn't get into trucking if you're flat broke. Because if something like this happens, you have no way to get yourself home other than relying on the company to hopefully care, you know?
Yeah. For us, we're going to, we told our boss, we're going to go home. You can reimburse us. If not, whatever.
Yeah.
Or at least we're home, right?
Exactly.
Because we were going to be home. Today is Saturday. Mm-hmm. We were supposed to be home anyway Monday for our week off.
Exactly.
So we're going to be home.
So excited.
Yeah.
What else? Anything else?
So we'll be home tonight. So we had 500 miles or something like that to do.
Yeah.
So that's not that bad. We can do that in one day. Like I'll be able to drive home all the way from here.
About a 9-hour drive.
Yeah. One thing to think about also with Google Maps. Google Maps wanted us to go up north through toll roads, and then when I looked at other routes, the other options that they gave me, it was about 10 miles more, but no tolls.
Yeah.
So
Don't always trust Google's first suggestion.
Yeah. It could be something like a 10-mile difference, like that happened to us.
Mm-hmm.
But, that's trucking. That's what's going on. And I don't know if she showed you our pickup truck.
Yeah.
Full of stuff back there. We luckily haven't lost anything.
God. The dog's back here.
I'm thinking it's going to be like National Lampoon's Vacation where down the road I lose everything, all the valuable stuff. So then I get home and I'm like, what happened here?
Yeah, what happened?
So that's it.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we have finally made it to our neck of the woods. It is very dark. It is around 11 p.m. right now, and we're very, very excited to be home. Thank goodness we get a whole week off now. How excited are you?
I'm really excited because all I can think about is getting home and then unloading this pickup.
Yeah.
So of all of our belongings and like
our brownings.
our belongings, I'm like really tired, and
You're really
I'm
tired.
looking forward to doing more work, and
Yeah.
then getting to shower, and then getting up in the morning and dropping this truck off.
Yes.
And then we'll be free for a week to do whatever we want.
Hallelujah. So that is it, guys. This is not the vlog that I intended to do from the road, but sometimes you work with what you got. So we will catch you guys next time. Bye.